Rev up your engines. I got a problem that everyone gets eventually in a car if you keep them long enough, and it's a car that loses coolant, but people can't figure out what's wrong with it. In case it's a Chevy Malibu that's got 160,000 miles on it. I mean, he got the car for nothing, and he's already put like 60 on it. You can see it was made in the United States in 2011, but it's got that Ecotec engine. And these Ecotec 4s often have a problem with blowing head gaskets and burning coolant, so it could be that. Never jump to a conclusion. You got to go about it scientifically. The first thing to do, of course, is the radiator cap. If it's leaking, you're going to lose coolant. He's no fool. He watches my videos. He changed the cap. It made no difference. I've been here from Connecticut. He lost a little bit of coolant. He keeps losing coolant, and he really doesn't see it anywhere. So the most logical thing to do is pressure test the system. I got this pressure tester at Harbor Freight Tools. It's a really good kit because it has all the adapters, and as you can see here, I'm pressure testing it now with the special adapter that goes on GM. It's got the cap with this thread and O-rings. You got to have a special adapter. That's just how it goes these days. Now, I pumped up the system, and as you can see here, I've done it to 15 psi. It's right there on 15 psi, just a bare hair to the right of the blue on the top. And we're going to see if it loses any pressure while the car's just sitting there. This is stage one. Stage one is do it with nothing turned on. If you have a hole somewhere, it's going to be obvious. It's going to lose pressure, and since it's still got coolant in the reservoir, the system's full because he fills it up. So wherever that leak is, guess what? It's going to be dripping there because the pressure testing machine is going to force it out of wherever it's leaking. Step two is similar. Step two is, if it doesn't show a leak now, we're going to start it and let it run, because some cars will only leak when the car is running. Often something like a water pump seal's going bad. It's okay sitting there, but when it's running and spinning, then it starts to leak out of the seal. So that'll be step two if it doesn't leak with step one. All right, so let's look under with my crazy giant flashlight. This flashlight was sent to me by a guy from Poland. You can tell it's homemade, right? It does use a DeWalt battery pack, I'll give it. That's super bright, awful big, but let's look under. So we're gonna look under it. Lo and behold, there is a drip. Ta-da! There it is. It's dripping. So let's jack it up. So there we go, jacking it up to get a better view with the emergency brake on so it doesn't roll backwards. I don't want to turn into a pancake, so I'll put this jack stand under there. So under we go with some working room here. And we can see drip's coming from up there. Little panel, we can see it's coming right up from the bottom of the water pump. Look, we found out what's wrong. The sun's coming out. Everything is perfect now. All data, the water pump's 361 bucks, and it takes 4 hours of labor to replace, but AutoZone sells them for $43.49. It's not really all that hard to replace them. Try it yourself, or find a mechanic that maybe does it on the weekends. A good mechanic can change this thing in less than an hour and a half that's done them before. It's just bolting crap off and bolting crap on. It's not rocket science or anything. Nothing has to be reprogrammed. It's not like a modern one that's electronic. It's just a plain old runs off a fan belt system. It's not all that complex to do. So, hey, he'll price around, see if he can find somebody that's going to do it a lot cheaper. And if he wants to try it himself, he can bolt it on or off. But if not, there's plenty of guys out there that'll gladly do a job like this. It doesn't require any special tools or anything. So, we found that out really fast. Wait 15-20 minutes because see how the pressure gauge moved? It didn't move much. It moved from here to here. But that's just enough to show that it was leaking. And when you do get them pressure tested, you want to make sure that it's full of coolant. Because if it isn't full of coolant, guess what? It'll lose pressure, right? But it won't leak coolant. It'll just leak air, and you won't see where it's coming from, which is kind of the point, figuring out where the leak's coming from. And if you don't trust anyone, heck, you can buy these things, Harbor Freight Tools, all day long. That releases the pressure, and we just unscrew the whole thing. Very simple job. Oh, what the leak was, but he got it for nothing. He wants to know, should he keep it or get rid of it and get something else? And he doesn't like the average price of $48,000 new car, so we'll go scan it. It's giving me advertisements. We don't want advertisements. We want analysis. And here it goes. It's already figured out what the car is. GM Chevrolet. It's the same company. We'll do a standalone diagnosis. And it's a new enough car. We should get quite a bit of information. It read the VIN number already. It's decoding it. It knows that it's a 2012 passenger car. It's a Malibu Chevy. A topology scan, not as much as a two-motor one, but enough to know. It's going through and we'll look inside. Yeah, it's typical GM. You can see this has been changed, so the fascia plate's broken and gone. Well, that's the way that it goes, right? But the plastic's still solid. It's not cracked. He's put seat covers on it to cover up the seats, but hey, he got the car for nothing. The armrest doesn't have any holes in it yet. So far, it's not looking bad. It's only got 2 trouble codes, and they both have to do with a stupid airbag system. Now it's done. Okay, it's only got 2 trouble codes. That's pretty good for an old car. We'll see. The airbags never work that well when they get old anyways. Let's see what it says. Your presence system, invalid data, device power 1 second. So, the passenger system doesn't work right to weigh the passenger all that well. He's driving it by himself, so he doesn't care. So let's look at live data. Start her up. Starts right up. We go to look at live data. The engine control module that controls everything. We shall do live data. Let's check out some live data here. Remember, black's good, red's bad. Here we go. Looks pretty good. Mass airflow sensor's working fine. Map sensor. Now look, short-term fuel trim. 0, -2, -3, 0. Sometimes it's even perfect for an old car with all these miles. The long-term fuel trim. It's 0. It's perfect. An old Chevy with all this miles, it's perfect. That's amazing. This thing is still in great shape. Boy, I'll tell you. Oh, the data's good so far. All righty. Now, I just learned something from the owner. He bought it from the guy who was in the armed forces. He did a lot of highway driving. That is like 10% of city stop and go traffic, right? So 160,000 miles, more like 20,000 miles. Plus, he has put Bernie's fuel injector cleaner and oil cleaner in it, and it's no surprise it's running that good. All these things tell me he should keep this car. Just put a water pump on it. Now, it's an old car, so it's got emergency brakes, so that's easier. Of course, it doesn't have a backup camera. It's too old. Check out the smooth idling. Man, this thing still idles like a dream. Take her out for a spin. Now, it's a Malibu. It's not particularly high up in the air, so I'll go slow over the giant bump. And I can see, yeah, the struts are a little bit worn. It's a little bit bouncy, but hey, it's not bad. It needs a right rear wheel bearing. Hear that noise? That's the right rear wheel bearing. It needs the right rear wheel bearing. But it's a unit deal. You just buy the hub bearing and bolt it off and bolt it on. Anybody can replace it. You don't have to do it right away. I'm just a fanatic. If it was my car, I'd go buy one and bolt it on. A couple people in the way, but not much. It's not lunchtime yet. All right, nobody's coming. Here we go. We'll give it a little gas. Hey, decent acceleration. The tranny shifting smooth as can be. Hey, I'm going to tell him to keep this car. He got it for nothing. The water pump sooner than later, and the wheel bearing. You can wait as long as you want on that. Handle's good. Brakes work good. We'll do a little bit faster than a normal turn. Still steers fine. No problems oversteering, understeering. Hey, it's a decent free car. Hey, he wants a car for his work car and go back and forth to work. It's still got a lot of life in it. I say for a worn 4-cylinder engine, this baby auto's like a dream. You'd think it has auto on off, but it doesn't have auto on off. It's idling. Hey, it's still a nice car. You can even manually shift if you want to put it in manual. Make it a little race car. So we'll head on back. Tell him he's still got a decent car to drive around in. Considering he doesn't want to spend 48 grand, and what he wants is a Toyota 4Runner, which is going to be a lot more than 48 grand. Particularly care about the little bit bouncy ride. We'll go look at the tires to make sure that it's not making the tires wear out prematurely. Sometimes really worn struts will do that. We'll take a look. No, they're not particularly worn oddly. If they're really bad, you get scalloped wear. There's no scalloped wear there. No scalloped wear back here either, or over here. So what do I think? Hey, it is a great work car. for going back and forth to work. Still got a lot of life yet. Needs a water pump. Eventually, a rear wheel bearing in the right. But I mean, that didn't have to done for a long time. There's no play. The tire's not wearing weird. But as long as the head gasket doesn't go, I was worried it was the head gasket, but it's not. It's just a leaking water pump. Change the oil regularly every 5,000 miles. And as a tip, the transmission fluid has never been changed in this. So I'm telling them now, 160,000 or so, don't change it now. It's still working. But the reason it's still working, almost as new, it shifts just about as good as the new one did when they were made back in 2011. But because the previous owner was in the armed forces and it's all highway driving. Guess what happens when you're on the highway? You're in top gear. It doesn't shift. It just stays in top gear. So the transmission doesn't wear much. So, hey, he's a happy camper now. He just has to get a water pump put on it. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.